Tony alert!
Okay, so you have a Freaky Friday situation, and you switch bodies with Lindsay Lohan. She has a massive stroke while she's in your body. And then you switch back.
That's unfortunate.
Who...
Yes.
Like, are both people messed up, or is just she messed up, or is just you messed up?
I think it would just be you, because it's your body.
Yeah, because the stroke is like a blood clot in the brain, right? So that would just be your body that's fucked up then.
So it's entirely physical.
Yeah.
There's no aspect of your mental state that is affected by that.
I mean, okay, that's a good question, actually. I see kind of what you're getting at. So when she gets put back to her body, like, I assume she would go back to normal, like, health-wise, but maybe she has some sort of trauma. Like, mental trauma, you know what I mean? Because probably being stuck like that and kind of fucked up for a while, that would probably leave you with some sort of something, right?
Well, I'm wondering if, like, the instant that this stroke takes place, it irreversibly breaks something in your psyche. Not like the trauma from being stuck in a horrible situation, but the trauma from suffering an event that damages your mind.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of what I'm getting at.
I'm not sure how to separate the two ideas.
I think I know what you mean, though. Also, I really thought, like, because of the very long pause before you actually asked the question, I thought you were just, like, proposing the scenario and you were going to leave it there. You were like, all right, you have a Freaky Friday situation, you switch bodies, and then Lindsay Lohan has a stroke.
Yeah.
And then you were just going to leave it right there. That's just, like, a thought that you wanted to put out on the floor.
Lindsay's big into the Twilight Zone. Have you seen that meme where it's, what's the guy's name? The guy that does the Twilight Zone?
Rod Sterling?
Thank you.
Yes.
Rod Sterling. It's, the meme's like, did you see that shit? That was fucked up. Anyway, I'm Rod Sterling.
No,
Yes,
I haven't seen that.
That would be funny. Yes.
We were also wondering if anyone has ever had a, why am I blanking on the name of it?
Orgasm.
Damn it. Sorry, I need to think before I open my mouth.
Was I close?
Appendix transplant.
Transplant?
Transplant? I'm gonna
I
say
thought they just
no.
removed them.
Yeah, you don't need it, so I'm going to say they don't bother.
But have they ever bothered?
Probably not. Same with
I
your
also
spleen.
would say not.
You don't need your spleen either, so. Or your gallbladder. There's lots of things you don't need. You'd wonder why they're there.
And if you don't need them, does that mean you can have multiple of them? Like, could I keep transplanting multiple appendixes into someone and they'd be okay?
Who knows? Anyone need some money?
Like,
Okay.
like if you could just like attach the blood vessels in parallel type of thing.
Yeah,
Would your body just like make more blood to fill that up?
maybe.
I'm gonna say you probably could do something like that.
Get lost.
That's another interesting... Yeah, you lost.
Well, I'll get there eventually. Here we go.
So there's the statistic that you have however many pints of blood in you at any given time. Is it like 8 pints, something like that? Am I way off?
That sounds right.
no
Yeah,
idea.
that sounds right, yeah.
So how much blood can a human heart healthily maintain?
Ooh, okay, so that's a good follow-up to that scenario then. Yeah, that's a great question. I don't know. Like, for one, the amount that it can actually pump efficiently, but two, the amount of time that it takes for it to get around the body with oxygen, you know?
Sure.
Because, like, if you got, like, you know, a whole bunch of appendixes in parallel, probably by the time you get to the last couple of them, your oxygen's all used up out of that bloodstream, right?
Have to transplant more hearts in.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Just be an octopus. They have 2 hearts.
They also got 8 arms.
Yeah. Or is it 8 hearts? I don't know. They have a lot of organs.
You guys said you haven't seen Invader Zim?
We
No,
have.
we have.
Do you remember the episode where Dib...
They take all of his organs.
Well, Dib accuses him of not being human, so he starts collecting organs and transplanting them to himself.
Yeah, and he's just like a big tub of him, and then every time he opens his mouth, you can see the organs inside.
Yeah, it's like intestines roll out and stuff.
Yeah,
Ew. I don't remember that.
I do.
That sounds like a Happy Tree Friends kind of thing.
I also wonder how many Nazi scientists have tried this stuff out.
I'm gonna guess all of them. Okay, here's my problem with DLCs.
Okay.
And I'm talking like DLCs for story games. So like, I'll get to examples after, I guess. I don't like when a DLC for a game, let's say it's an open world game, the DLC takes you away from that open world and puts you in its own little secluded area for the DLC.
Yes.
And then the story has nothing to do with the main story in the game.
Yep.
Yes, I agree.
Because like it really breaks the immersion as far as I'm concerned. Like you're taking me out of that world, you know? And my immediate example of this is Fallout New Vegas.
Oh. Yeah, Fallout 3 was the same.
Oh, flesh pound, flesh pound.
I would prefer they just add a section onto the world and at least loosely tie whatever we're doing into the main story in some way.
I think both ways have problems. I'm thinking of, I really like Just Cause 3. I thought Just Cause 2 and 3 were both excellent games. Just Cause 3 kind of does both, where it has the DLC that has its own island, and it has DLC that's just kind of scattered around, like in Wildlands.
Okay.
And the scattered around stuff sucks, because you don't know what's an actual part of the story and what isn't.
Right.
And the own island stuff sucks, because it's like, as you say, it's detached. It doesn't feel like it has any real meaning to the overall plot.
I don't like either of those situations, actually. I think maybe the ideal situation for me is there's an area that's already on the map that is either added onto when you download the DLC, or it's fenced off and you get a key or something later, or
The Elden Ring thing.
there's something that prevents you from going there. Let's say it's an actual island that's out there and you can see, but you can only get there, you know, after you get your fucking jet ski or some shit. Like, keep it in the world and keep it there, but, you know, have it only accessible via the DLC. When you just, like, take me through a loading screen and put me on a different map, I think that's the big thing that I have the issue with.
I want a continuation of the story. I want the DLC to be the next chapter or whatever.
Yeah, I'm done with that.
I wish the Half-Life episodic content thing took off.
I actually don't know what you're talking about. Half-Life, well, no, I have no idea.
Half-Life 2, Half-Life 2 Episode 1, Half-Life 2 Episode 2.
Oh, right,
They
okay.
made the promise that if they moved to episodic stuff instead of making sequels, then they could release stuff faster and more frequently. And obviously, that never happened. It took longer and longer and longer, and then they cancelled it. Not cancelled, but they never released Part 3.
And it's never, I mean, they can't now because it'll never live up to the hype, right?
There's a lot of complicated reasons. They keep starting it, stopping it, and starting it, and stopping it, and restarting it. They've always said they only ever want to make a game because there was like a technological reason to.
Interesting. So Half-Life 3 should have been in VR.
Well, so that was Half-Life Alyx.
Right. To extend on my displeasure
DLC.
with the New Vegas DLC.
Oh, yeah.
I also don't like when they take away all of your gear and shit,
Yes.
and they make you basically start from scratch. It's at that point, like, You're putting me on a new map with a different story, and I have to get all new gear. This may as well be a different game.
Yeah, Fallout 3 did that a bunch. One of the DLCs was a UFO. Like, you get abducted onto this UFO, and it's just completely different world, completely different enemy types. I think they take your stuff away, and they end up giving you a laser pistol thing that's just way more powerful than everything else in the game.
Huh.
Do you
And
want
then
me to
they
take
have-
him? Sorry.
Oh,
No, I got him.
Okay.
then they have the pit, which is set in Pittsburgh, and yeah, they take all your gear away, and you're like a prisoner, and you got to escape.
That's so annoying. That's like the one I'm doing right now in New Vegas, where they drop you in and you have a bomb collar on and you're a prisoner and you have to do it as you're told and you lose all your gear. And it's like I don't want to do this shit. Like I don't care about this, you know. But I got it because I need those 6 achievements.
I love, love, love Deus Ex Human Revolution, and the director's cut adds this awkward level that no one asked for in between 2 other levels, where you wake up in a prison cell and you don't have any of your gear, and you gotta slowly get it back by stealthing through a bunch of new enemy types.
Oh yeah, I clearly didn't play that. It'd be pretty interesting to see if zombies actually ever took over the Earth.
Yes.
And then, like, when that first started happening, you just see Chris running out to the nearest Spirit Halloween
Oh yes.
to get his chicken costume.
Yes.
So I know I just dropped an hour-long video on you guys, but did any of you actually watch the Paranormal Investigation thing?
I've been meaning
Not
to.
yet, no.
I was gonna watch it tomorrow.
Okay,
When I'm
it's
off.
actually fascinating because it's a bunch of skeptics talking about all the ghost hunting gear. So they've got, you know, all the stuff that we know and love, like the EMF readers and the
Spirit box.
Spirit box, yeah. But there's all kinds of weird stuff that I never even could have imagined. Like, audio things. Things that, like, blast white noise and you can hear voices through them.
Yeah.
So the guy in the video, who is the same guy from episode 1 of Smiling Friends, who holds the gun to his head,
Oh.
That's hilarious.
Mike Staclaster, he gets kind of self-conscious because he's the one that sort of half believes in this stuff.
Yeah.
And his friend, Rich Evans, holds the EMF meter up to him and says, "Isn't there supposed to be a ghost inside of you?" And he starts trying to, like, explain it. Like, oh, well, you know, maybe the layers of skin prevent the EMF from picking up the ghost that's inside of a person.
Oh no. Poor fella.
I would never want to actually go ghost hunting. That sounds
No.
terrifying. But watching a video of it, yes, of course.
I feel like I would be less afraid of finding an actual ghost and more afraid of finding, like, a homeless squatter
Yes.
that'll stab me over his meth.
Yes,
You
fair
know?
enough.
I mean, yes.
Oh, it looks like you're already level 3 firebug. Not firebug.
I'm get
Firebird!
Oh, what tier do I want? Deadeye or always prepared?
I want to. It's whatever one is stupid.
It's like you get a damage boost if you're aiming down sight or something.
That's the one I want?
Yeah.
Whatever's the least convenient is the one you want.
Yes.
Why?
Now,
you
you
stack
pick-
up. Sorry.
I was just going to say, pick the one that suits your style.
The other one was I carry grenades for
Meh.
other people.
That is not the one.
Yeah, you end up stacking 3. One of them's like damage boost when aiming down sight. One of them is damage boost when standing still, and the other one is damage boost while crouching.
And
you
then one
just
of them
stack-
is damage boost on headshots in a row.
Yes, that's right. You just stack all
Oh.
of them and you do massive headshot damage.
Oh no,
But
badness
you
here.
have to be. But you have to be standing still, crouched,
Crouched
aiming
and
down
aiming.
sights, hitting the head on a Tuesday
Yes.
in the middle of the week.
On a new moon.
When it works,
Yes.
it's awesome.
Disappointing Zed time.
fucking burn torture.
You know how when they check to see if you have dementia, they make you draw a clock?
No,
Yes.
Ah.
that's pseudo. Yeah, I was gonna say.
What?
Yeah.
No, I've not done it.
No?
Lol. I just know that.
I was gonna say they're gonna have
There a
Lady
reason
draw
why?
a map of Spillway.
Yep.
Oh no, I can't do it. I
Is there a
really
reason
can't.
that it's a clock you have to draw?
Apparently, you know, if you're sound mind, you can draw the face of a clock pretty easy. Like, you know where the hands go, you know where the numbers go. But if you give it to someone with dementia, the numbers are all wrong and they go all over the place and they don't see anything wrong with it.
It's like
Oh, interesting.
when you're dreaming and you can't read the clock.
Right.
You see time. That's what that reminds me of.
I'm glad you're actually remembering to do that because I'm not.
More Zeds on the scope.
That's my dementia test. They'll have me find all the Bosch bling.
Yes. Chris knows where everything is.
What does DPR stand for again?
Dots per inch.
Something is going wrong with my mouse.
Lovely.
Did you know that the speed of the mouse is actually calculated in Mickey's?
That's silly.
The trader's right here, so.
Is it you? Are you the trader? You
Yes.
sold us out to the Zeds.
Yes.
Ammo okay?
Yes. You guys.
Oh,
Okay, they come this way,
yeah.
Elizabeth.
Isn't there like a big
quiet,
open
people.
foyer that we want to hang out in?
I'm glad you said foyer.
Yeah. This. Yeah, Chris is right.
Is it
I'm not-
foyer or foyer?
It's not foyer. I never say that again in my presence.
Yeah,
Is it
I say
guillotine
words.
or
This is a
guillotine?
giant paper cut. Or
I've always pronounced it
something else
guillotine, but I don't think that's right.
entirely.
Depends if you're French.
Yeah.
I have no French background.
I think
at
I
all.
say guillotine,
I say
Yeah.
guillotine.
not guillotine.
Yeah.
Guillotine. Yeah.
Is it maple syrup or maple syrup?
Meeple.
Just going out for a rip there, bud, eh?
Everything is so simple when you have a rocket launcher for an arm.
I mean, he says everything, but I feel like wiping would be harder.
No more.
Almost.
Well done.
There we go.
Yes.
Tony alert! Kill them all! Tony alert! Thank you! They probably all have their sound off.